So we know you guys enjoyed the ESL Pro League Season 13, तो इसीलिए आज के एपिसोड में हम लोग देखने जा रहे हैं ESL Pro League Season 13 के कुछ बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंसेन क्लचेस। उसके बाद हम टाइम मशीन में एक बार फिर से बैठेंगे और चलेंगे पास वाले सुपर जॉनी के साथ और बात करेंगे मार्जल से उनके रीसेंट ट्रांजिशन के ऊपर फ्रॉम CSGO टू Valorant। एंड लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, आपको पता है मैं क्या बोले जा रहा हूँ। नो एपिसोड इज कंप्लीट विदाउट सम हिलेरियस मीम्स, सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी फर्दर टाइम, माय नेम इज वरुण सुपर जॉनी जॉन एंड यू गाइस आर वाचिंग वर्ल्ड ऑफ esports। तो ESL Pro League Season 13 टूर्नामेंट तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा धमाकेदार था। वहाँ पे कुछ टीम्स ने भी बहुत ही अनएक्सपेक्टेड परफॉर्मेंसेस हमको दिखाए। तो चलिए एक बारी फिर से नज़र डालते हैं ESL Pro League Season 13 के कुछ बहुत ही इंसेन क्लचेस के ऊपर।
Lot of damage. Stan will have to evade the radius at that point. Brought down to 34. Shiro sticking around just to try and make it as costly as possible.
Oh, no.
Take it! Take it! The radius might finish the job. You smart cookie.
Easy as you like.
This could be it for the Julies. It's a perfect weapon for the... Oh. He's dead already. Glock is all it took. Shush is dead too. And those 3B defenders feeling mighty silly now.
Well, that's a nice kill. The Glock's actually working right there very, very late. Oh dear, this one almost getting messy. Some dinks here, there, and everywhere. And oh, Nafany's grabbed another. They just wait out the clock. The last minute spurt of aggression here. And
He's actually got another kill. He's faked it out. Brave. Oh, and Testis is dead. There's no way. There is absolutely no way. He doesn't check this down, but my God. No way Shush is expecting this is even an AWP for him to pick up and play with. He now does strike with a P250. Inter's found, but the time now favors them. Refresh, he's going for the hold. Pros do not fake. Nafany doesn't call the bluff in time.
Oh.
Big play, brave from Refresh. Yeah, this could be a bit of a bait. They might think there's only going to be one there. The smoke comes out. They try and disrespect, and look at the massacre. 3, in fact, on the one clip. Testis to be smoked. Flash for the go, it looks good. Aiming
Oh,
for
no!
Axel, he's absolutely
It's a mare.
lost it. Gambit find their early frag, trying to pick up the pieces Tessis has left for them to deal with. They're in ZT, it's a good 1-for-1. Caden's actually got a collat. Best defense, a good offense, and he does hit the first. Sends Nafany back down, forced to
Oh,
watch it.
no!
Oh no, disaster strikes for Shiro. On overtime, Caden can close it right now. He's flashed off the line. It's a good start. They need much more. And ahead of the Flames, Hobbit catches Testis. That's testing them.
Oh!
Great shot through the smoke from Shiro. If only they had more time.
Yeah, it's solid mid-side.
Star potential all over the server. Shiro in, and that's it. Heroic erupt with their map pick conversion.
Cadian can't get anything for his troubles. Bomb goes off, and XIII, the smooth. He is so swish, isn't he? Jumps off the building.
I've been talking about that for years, dude.
He's got the timing down. Snapped him on in.
Yeah, and Caden again caught completely.
Oh!
What a transfer from Hobbit. Certainly in this one, 5 HP, go on. Sundown.
Okay.
Oh my God, no way. Refresh, warming up the dig. This one perhaps does not. It's down, a gap. XIII's left Ivy, assumed he's rotated out. But just like that, XIII 2 taps and executes. So clean. And Shiro has a sitting duck and the bomb. Gambit just turn heroics around. Caden going for an elevated angle. This is great. It's in the blind spot of Inters. He won't be able to react in time. Does do damage. But Shiro, whose frag has given them a chance, now can win the round by virtue of the clock alone. Caden wants the bomb. 15 seconds. Shiro's just delaying the retrieval as best he can.
Oh!
Double spray! Shiro, a cheeky smirk, but he shatters the dreams of Heroic. Holding W straight through. Chance to punish. Shiro has caught him, and Refresh recovers an AK-47 for more, but he's on the floor. Shush and Cadian, armored to the teeth, equipped with every weapon they desire, but the flank is coming in, and Nafany, if he just keeps depressing this issue, Cadian's not looking. They have to be aware this is a possibility. I think he's just gambling and hoping no one's going to take a look. Nade into the M4. Now Shush needs a quick one here. XIII's above him. He has already found Nafany dancing around the trains. This is perfect, but from above he strikes and a quick adjustment. Cadian confirms the AWP's main side. Hobbit might start his project to cross towards Sandwich. If he gets across, oh, Another on the defuse. Who's going to contest? It's Tessus on E-Box, reveals it, but Hobbit's up the train. And Caden confirms it, but they can react. If he could just transfer, it's not happened. Shiro trying to ninja it, does react in time to knock him off, and he's just going to find some frags. Not the round. Heroic will equalize 17 apiece.
चलिए अब बढ़ते हैं हमारे न्यूज सेगमेंट की तरफ, जहां सबसे पहली खबर ये है कि पबजी मोबाइल कैंपस चैंपियनशिप पाकिस्तान से 15 टीम्स को बैन किया गया है फॉर वायलेटिंग द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट। पीएमसीसी पाकिस्तान के क्वार्टर फाइनल्स के दौरान करीब 15 टीम्स को मिला है डीक्यू। राउंड ऑफ 56 में से काफ़ी सारी टीम्स ने मैल प्रैक्टिस का सहारा लिया था टू एडवांस टू द सेमीफाइनल्स। इनमें से 6 टीम्स चीटिंग करने की कोशिश कर रही थी, 4 टीम्स एंटी चीट सिस्टम को बाईपास कर रही थी और बाकी 5 टीम्स को रिंगिंग और टीमिंग अप के ग्राउंड्स पे डिस्क्वालीफाई किया गया। और अब बढ़ते हैं हमारी अगली न्यूज़ की तरफ, जो कि ये है कि इंडिया में कोविड पैंडेमिक का जो सेकेंड वेव अभी चल रहा है, उसमें थोड़ी सी हेल्प आउट करने के लिए गरीना की पेरेंट कंपनी ने डोनेट करे हैं 1000 ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर्स। पॉपुलर गेम फ्री फायर के डेवलपर्स के पेरेंट कंपनी सी लिमिटेड ने डोनेट किए 1000 ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर्स टू सपोर्ट आवर कंट्रीज फाइट अगेंस्ट द कोरोना वायरस पैंडेमिक। फ्री फायर इंडिया का सबसे पॉपुलर बैटल रॉयल गेम है और गरीना ने इस मूव के जरिए अपने प्लेयर्स का दिल जीत लिया है। और हमारी आज की खबर आ रही है रायट गेम्स की तरफ से, जहां पे रायट अब वैलोरेंट के अंदर इन गेम कम्युनिकेशन भी रिकॉर्ड करेगी टू अवॉइड टॉक्सिसिटी। रायट ने अनाउंस किया है कि वो अब से वॉइस चैट्स भी रिकॉर्ड करेंगे इन ऑर्डर टू मॉडरेट इन गेम कम्युनिकेशन, पर रायट टीम सारे इन गेम कम्युनिकेशंस एक्टिवली मॉडरेट नहीं करेगी। एक्शंस तभी लिए जाएंगे जब किसी प्लेयर को कम्युनिकेशन अब्यूज़ के लिए रिपोर्ट किया जाएगा। अब बारी हो चुकी है हमारे इंटरव्यू सेगमेंट की तरफ बढ़ने की, और जैसा कि आपको शो स्टार्ट होने से पहले बताया था, आज के एपिसोड में मार्जिल के साथ बात करने जा रहे हैं, हु अप अंटिल रियली रिसेंटली was sticking to CSGO instead of switching to Valorant. लेकिन अब ऐसा नहीं है। Marzil has joined Team Mahi as the newest player on the roster. So let's see what he has to say about this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, once again welcome back to the interview. And I know अब जिस बारे में हम लोग बात करने जा रहे हैं, आप सब लोग उस बारे में काफ़ी कुछ सुनना चाहते थे। So we have once again with us Marzil. Marzil, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good as well. Thank you for asking. It's always a pleasure to have you, by the way, with us. और लास्ट टाइम जब बात हुई थी तो काउंटर स्ट्राइक के ऊपर बात कर रहे थे, उस टाइम बात करी थी कि Valorant का क्या सीन चल रहा है, एंड वी वर एक्सपेक्टिंग टू सी यू इन CSGO फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम। तो चलिए सीधा हार्ड क्वेश्चन से स्टार्ट करते हैं, बिकॉज आपका इंट्रोडक्शन आई मीन पहले भी काफ़ी बार ले चुके हैं और आई थिंक बाय नाउ एवरीवन नोज हु यू आर एंड व्हाट योर स्टोरी हैज़ बीन। तो straight to the hard questions. The switch to Valorant. How? When? What?
Why?
Why?
So contemplating the switch, it has happened like on a few minor occasions in the past, ever since the game released. It's just like a breeze or a thought that came by, and I'm like, nah, I like Counter-Strike, and I still do. I still like watching and playing Counter-Strike a lot more than Valorant right now. That's probably going to change as I keep grinding and playing with my teammates. But it was at a point where me and my team, we were not able to fetch consistent results in Asia, which was what we had set out for, what our milestones were. And after 2 years of making lineup changes, with people leaving, with players coming in, the morale sort of came down. There was a little bit of demotivation while we were playing, while we were practicing. And everybody sort of knew like this probably won't work out. So all in all, a combination of all of this is what made me think about switching. And I've thought about it for a while, but I wasn't ever concrete about it. But I took one day where we did not have the practice, we missed practice, to just sit the whole day and think about the pros and cons of switching and what I want to look at for my future. And to pay the bills and to make ends meet, I have to do something that makes me money. And this is one of it. So that was the main reasons I did make the switch. It's not as shallow as, I needed money. But if Counter-Strike was sustainable in terms of helping make my ends meet, I would have probably still stuck to it. But with the lack of tournaments that were happening in the country as well as the whole Asian region, it was not viable for me to just keep continuing playing Counter-Strike and being stubborn about it. So I had to make a logical choice at that point.
The level of competition sort of fades away, and especially you being you and your team being Blaze Esports, the level of competition you guys were used to, it just sort of wasn't there anymore. And well, being a professional gamer, there is professional in the in front of the word gamer. It is your profession. Have to pay the bill, have to earn the bread somehow. But right, let's dive a little bit deeper about the switch and what sort of comes next. With you joining Team Mahi now, one regarded as like one of the best teams at this point in the country. What is that like? Like, how did that change come about straight away?
So initially, my plan was okay. The initial plan, why it took a day to actually mature the idea of switching, was simply because I said, okay, look, I don't really know the game of Valorant as much as I do Counter-Strike, and there are people with 1 year of experience at least, because the game released a year ago, over me. So I thought the best option would be to join as a substitute for a team, or at least just spectate games and see how the game develops, how it's played at a professional level. So I messaged around a few friends. All of the people in the top teams right now are my friends, and I just asked them, hey, can I just sit and watch? I don't want anything from it. I just want to watch the games. I just want to be in your team speak. If you want me to sign some NDA regarding information on the scripts, I'll do that as well. But Team Mahi were generous enough to just say, we'll just get you on as a sixth man. They were also going through a crisis at that point with one of their team members leaving as well. So all in all, it worked out for them and it worked out for me, because now I get the chance to sit and watch the game as close as possible, and hopefully in the near future play with them as well.
I mean, and it is a really intense lineup that Team Mahi has, with Amaterasu, Ace, Antidote, all of those lads being present. Players who at, can I say quite recently, because it has been a year, used to be your competition.
Yeah, definitely. They were playing CS like a year and a half back. I remember playing against them in the last LAN that actually happened in India, in Delhi. So we played versus them and we came second place, and that was the last LAN that happened. And post that is when they moved to Valorant, and then they've garnered experience from there. So a lot of familiar faces coming in. So it's kind of like the best in Counter-Strike right now, the best in Valorant.
And yeah, it was the best of Counter-Strike to the best in Valorant, as you so wonderfully said. But now I want to ask you about the game. So you have been with Team Mahi for like about a week now, since the announcement was made. Not even a complete week at this point.
3 days.
3 days, yeah.
3 days.
3 days, that's it. But you have, I assume you have played the game of Valorant before, like dabbled in a little bit just to see what the game was about. So I want to know, like, what sort of play style do you think you are going to be adapting to inside of the game this time? Because in Counter-Strike you were IGLing, and also sometimes we would see you play as an entry, like a really aggressive Marzil was sort of the norm that we used to always see. Is that going to happen in Valorant as well, since there are actually agents that allow you to do that?
So I was familiar with what the agents are, what their abilities are, what the map looks like, all of the basics, the most basic things I knew. So it was okay for me to just pick it up, but the challenge now is to choose what to specialize in, because right now I feel like I'm unpolished in all senses. So whatever the team needs is what I can actually contribute right now. So if they need an aggressive me, they'll get an aggressive me. If they need a very tactical me, they'll get a very tactical me. If they need somebody that initiates, they can get that. Whatever the team composition requires right now. For now, I think they're looking for a duelist itself, somebody who can go and get the entry frags. So I'm focusing on polishing that first.
Exactly. Everyone is still figuring it out how things work, and what exactly, as you said, the meta is looking like. It's still evolving. It's going to evolve, I believe, forever, since the game keeps on changing. But talking about changes, I mean, we've talked about your changes in this team with Valorant, and how you were trying to sort of on a journey right now to find your role within the team. But now let's take a step back. Let's talk about the world that has been left behind at this point, CSGO, and what, because last time we were we are still hopeful. You love the game, I love the game. I'm pretty sure every single pro that has switched over to Valorant, all of them still have a special spot in their heart for the game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, because that's where all of our journey started. But Now, what does the future look like for the game? What do you think is going to happen in the future? Is there any hope for the players that are still grinding to achieve the top tier success in India?
I believe there is a space where there are going to be Asian tournaments happening across the region, and the domestic scene, yes, it has taken a huge back foot, and there are going to be a fewer number of tournaments. Evidently, it's already the case. But there are always going to be tournaments for the region, which is what the players can look forward to. Younger players who have lesser responsibilities in life, who are probably pursuing something in education, or just got out of college, something like that, who don't necessarily have to worry about at that moment paying the bills and just being able to stand on their own 2 feet. Those sort of players will probably be the next generation that I would ideally like for them to come up and start playing to the level where they can get to that point. So there are players like that. There are obviously going to be young players. It's just a question of, is there a really good set of 5 players who will come out and actually take that whole region by storm and beat all the top teams? And that's what you're supposed to be looking for if you pursue something in Counter-Strike. Apart from that, for now, there is the scope is very little, but hopefully Valve does something about it. Hopefully there is new update source to whatever it is. Whatever it is, I hope that there is an improvement. I genuinely hope that there is a chance for the players to actually come up, and there is some incentive for the people to keep playing.
I mean, you just had to go ahead and mention Valve doing something for CSGO.
I have to be honest, it's they've done stuff for CSGO, but most of what they do appeals to a lot of casual gamers, such as operations, right? The operations plus the skins that they sell, the marketplace, all of that is good for them to make money. So they're focusing on that aspect of it. Well, Riot, on the other hand, which develop Valorant, they're focusing more on the pro scene, and they believe from the pro scene the casual scene will grow. For CS, it's they believe that from the casual scene the pro scene will grow and sculpt its own way. So they don't pay much heed, and even if they do, I'm sure it's a hard job trying to solve all those bugs. And as soon as you point it out, it's very hard to just say, "Hey, you solve it," and getting it solved. It's hard to just say, "Hey, just port everything to a new engine and expect it to be done instantaneously." It takes time, it takes resources, it takes efforts. That I would like to believe that Valve was the scheming something. They're scheming something for the future, and when it does come out, then maybe the whole equilibrium of what's going on right now will shift.
Exactly. We'll keep our fingers crossed and wait for things to happen. And as you mentioned, I mean, the competitive scene is much better supported by the side of Riot in comparison, as we have seen them with what they've done with League of Legends in the 10 plus years the game has been around, and how they've grown about it. Well, Marzil, this has been fun. Thank you so much for your time and giving us a little bit of insights of your recent switches. Hopefully this time we will see you again be as successful in Valorant as you were in CSGO, and I hope to see you in action soon. Once again, would you like to mention to the fans as to where they can find you?
You can follow my team page at official team Mahi on Instagram, and my Instagram is also official Marzil, so you can follow me there. You can reach out to me if you have any queries, questions, or if you want to get in touch as well. That's it. Thank you to everybody who's actually been supporting throughout my career in CS, plus whatever I hope to accomplish in Valorant. I hope I don't disappoint the faith that people have kept in me, and I hope to take this country plus whatever team I play for to new heights.
Well, hopefully we will see you reach those new heights, and we will be in this journey together, following you from the shadows. Thank you so much once again for giving us your time. And ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, you and I, let's head back to the future Johnny of the, super Johnny of the future. I messed up over there, but let's head back to that guy and see what he has in store for us. और चलिए, अब बारी हो चुकी है हमारे मीम्स के सेगमेंट की तरफ बढ़ने की, तो शुरुआत इससे करते हैं. आई एम प्रीटी श्योर ये आपके साथ भी होता होगा हर CS मैच खत्म होने पे. And I have to say that these stats look pretty accurate to me. And I'm pretty sure कि आप लोगों ने भी ऐसे लोगों को encounter किया होगा that are just all skins, no skills. So that's all we have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. मैं आप लोगों से फिर मिलूंगा अगले हफ्ते एक और नए एपिसोड के साथ. तब तक के लिए make sure you guys are staying in, stay safe. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye.